experiences. Y'all think y'all know every fucking thing. You talk about how me and my brother Chris was on the streets and our family ain't love us, they ain't like us, and all this crazy shit, right? Y'all already know my story, majority of it anyway. But my brother, he probably don't think I remember this, but my brother Christopher survived a car accident where he watched multiple of his friends die in front of his fucking face before the flash of his fucking eyes. So y'all have no idea what my brother actually went through, why he was on the streets, why he went through what he went through. He's 3 years good. But y'all don't be knowing what motherfuckers go through to be talking and opening your mouths and yapping. Y'all keep talking about this hoodwink bullshit and winking and all that shit. I don't know what that means. I've been in Philadelphia 31 years, my whole fucking life, and I don't know what it means. Y'all just make up shit as y'all go, just to justify the shit that y'all do to people, how nasty y'all treat people, how disrespectful y'all treat people. Talking about sacrificing people and this person you did, and you move on and live your life, let go and have fun where y'all have no fucking idea what people be going through. You talk about people walk around talk about I should need to just commit suicide. About it before I was the age of 12, I was the first on the scene of watching a fucking man get his head blown the fuck off, damn near in front of my face. Luckily, I didn't see it right away. I think I was actually late to school that day. I watched the man. I heard the gunshot. Yeah, I'm trying to get rid of you too. I heard the gunshot before looking out my motherfucking window on 17th and Wallace, where I used to live. I heard a gunshot and I wanted to make sure it was safe for me to go to school. After a few minutes, look out the window and I looked dead into this man motherfucking head. A hole with his head fucking blown off. His head, a hole. This motherfucking big straight through his fucking head. By the time I was the age of 12, 13. And around that time, I actually tried to commit suicide. I didn't know, that was part of the reason why I tried to commit suicide, but I never was debriefed. I was the first on the scene before the police even got there, before the caution tape even got there. And I ended up trying to commit suicide before I had my first daughter. But before 13, 14, nobody debriefed me. I didn't go to therapy. I went to school like nothing happened. I played out on that same step, on that same square in front of my motherfucking grandmother's house that I lived in, where he got murdered. I looked into the hole in his head. His name was Midnight. And all my life, I'm 31 years old. I haven't realized up until maybe a couple months ago that I named every kitten, almost every cat that I had after that man. Every cat, Midnight. I named every cat after him. My first cat that I had at that same house used to act out. The cat used to pee in my bed, like revengeful stuff. And I never understood. I used to try to beat the cat for peeing in my bed, and I didn't know it was a boy cat either. So I was like, why is the cat peeing? And why is the cat, spraying? The cat was spraying. It was a boy cat. I didn't know it was a kitten. And as it got bigger, I'm like, oh, it's a boy. But I named almost all my kittens, all my cats, Midnight after that man, because I never got a chance to heal. I never was debriefed. I never went to therapy. I never even talked to any of my therapists about this because it was blocked out in my subconscious and my conscious. I never talked to anyone about this. I never got a chance to heal from it. I didn't really know his family. I just remember, he used to stand in the corner, he used to speak. He barely, I barely heard him really talk. I was young. So, of course, he wasn't talking to me. I was a teenager. But I remembered his name. And I remember the day that that man got murdered before I went to school. And I went to school like nothing happened. And never had a chance to talk about it. Which is what possibly led me to suicide a year or so after that. And I never even knew. I tried to commit suicide by taking pills at a very young age. A lot of y'all don't understand how stuff like that sticks with you unconsciously. All my life I've been naming my cats after him. And if a lot of you guys know, cats are the gatekeepers of the spiritual realm. So I don't know if he, been trying to reach me or let me know he's okay. But y'all don't understand what people go through. And I'm 31 now. That happened when I was at least, I don't even know if it was actually 12. It had to happen between 12 and 14 years old. Because I got pregnant with my daughter around 15. So right before I had her, between the ages of 12 and 14, I ended up having issues in school. I ended up having to be put away, put in DHS. But I never knew why. I never knew what triggered, if that triggered me wanting to commit suicide, me wanting to have a child at a young age. Because I made the decision to have my daughter. Me and her father made that decision to have her at that young age. And my grandmother probably don't remember. She remembered, but she probably never knew this, that affected me. But I went right to school after the cleanup of the murder of him, midnight. I don't know his real name, but I know that's what people know him as. And I know people know what I'm talking about. When I looked that man in his face, looked him on his face down with a hole blown through his fucking head, it changed my life forever. And I unconsciously named all my kittens, every single one almost, after him. People, while I'm out here standing holding signs for food, people have sacrificed kittens right next to me, throwing cats in the street, running them over, all types of shit. All types of shit. And I never understood. Just recently, where I'm at right now, where I'm parked at, where my car is parked at, I walk in the middle of the night and I seen the cat gatekeeping an elderly facility. A cat was gatekeeping it, standing right at the gate. That cat has been roadkill. That cat has been murdered nights after I seen it. Cats are of the spiritual. They're not wicked. That cat that I seen a few nights ago has been being ran over time and time again, right in front of my fucking face, where I'm parked at right now. And I'm tired of y'all keep talking about, don't talk about the past and all that bullshit. Your whole city is the fucking past in my life. How dare you put me in a group home, send me away to DHS, put me in a mental hospital, allow my sister to record me while I'm throwing up and being pumped and getting blood, getting pills and shit out of my system, and you rub it in my face every day at the age of 31. And it happened when I was 12, and you said don't talk about the past. That's what y'all said. But y'all do it every day. And if you say don't talk about the past, y'all must know that y'all failed me. Y'all didn't do what you were supposed to do. It's haunting your city. It's haunting y'all every day. This is why I keep coming up. That man was murdered in front of my door, right in front of my steps. And I looked that man through his head with his brain splattered on the fucking ground. And all I got was a visit to a group home in DHS and put away. And that's it. And told not to talk about the past, but it keep coming up to me. He keeps coming to me. He keeps coming to my subconscious, and you can't say I'm making it up and I'm lying, because y'all know exactly what murder I'm talking about. Was I a witness? No. After I heard that shot and realized he was trying to go back to his mother's house where he lived at around the corner, and he ain't make it, and that man got his head blown off from the fucking back to the front and dropped dead in front of my house where I played at and raised my firstborn daughter. And the best Philadelphia got to give me is to throw me on the fucking street and act like I'm crazy or I'm on drugs. I'm not. Y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. I don't give a fuck if the same police officers are here or not. It's all around me. They sacrificing cats while I'm standing holding signs. I'm down Kensington, standing holding a sign. They take a kitten out the fucking car, throw it under their tire, and ran the fucking cat over. Y'all doing fucking rituals and spells and voodoo and shit, and then don't think the shit gonna backfire. What I do to y'all? Nothing. I pray that, first and foremost, I apologize for naming my castle after him and possibly just, continuously saying his name unbeknownst, unconsciously. I pray and hope that his family has gotten peace and justice for what has happened to him. Say his name. They called him Midnight. I don't know his government name. I don't know his real name. But he has been on my mind lately. And it's ironic because school just started, right? So it could be an anniversary. I'm not sure. But as far as him, you're not forgotten. And I didn't forget. And I think subconsciously, unconsciously, my mind tried to let him know that I didn't forget. I didn't forget. And I want his family to know that he's not forgotten. And I do feel like this is a way of him trying to let me know that he is okay. And I pray that you are resting in peace. I know that your spirit is around me. I have seen the signs. But that's my message. So before y'all judge me and my brother Christopher, please understand that we have seen some very, very horrific shit. Before you talk about why our children got taken, we've seen and we've experienced some very horrific shit. Justice will be due. Justice will be served on me and my brother's behalf. Again, bro, I did not forget that you lost a lot of friends in an accident and you survived. And you didn't have to be here today, but you are. And a lot of y'all that has experienced things like that, because we're not the only ones, just know that you're not walking alone when you guys are healing through certain things and death and stuff like that. Just try to look around. You're going to have a lot of distractions. You're going to go through a lot of different things. Some things repetitive you may go through because those people may want you guys to know that, they're okay. Some things that may have triggered you. Some things that you only can remember and go through certain things in order to remember that person or that situation or that scenario. I, for years, at least 10 to 15 years, I did not know that I was naming my cats after him. And I hope that, I'm not disturbing his peace or anything like that. I hope I haven't disrespected him or his family. But I'm going to end this message, and I just want Philadelphia to know, and the police and therapists and stuff like that, you don't never know. You never know. Y'all don't ask enough questions. Y'all don't help enough. But I was first on that murder. And I'm quite sure y'all was able to get debriefed after you found that man like that when you arrived. But I wasn't. May you rest in peace, Midnight. This your girl, Got It Queen. I hope this message helps other people. Peace and love.